Hello. Hello. As Pink Floyd said, is there anybody out there? Probably not. You're really early in the AM. Australians. Yeah, so we had an earthquake the other day. It was so funny because I had just sat down on the loo. I mean, I call it the loo toilet. To have a pee, and next thing, everything started shaking and rattling, and I thought, holy crap, this the place I'm staying in really needs to upgrade their plumbing system. And I didn't really think much about it. Sorry. I really didn't. And then yeah, I went back to bed and I woke up and I interacted with other members of society, and it turns out it was an earthquake. Who knew? Australia isn't well renowned for having earthquakes, but it seems, yeah. And a bit worried about the kaiju monsters it could release. I watched all those movies, and I'm really worried. Hope Godzilla will save us. King Kong, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's watch this. I just found so fascinating, and I just found it. And I can't stop watching it because I'm a little bit worried. uh, share it. Let's do it. Do it all night long. Who said that? Wasn't he a friend of Ben Stiller? What's that actor's name? No, does not matter. Oh, here we go. This is it. Now, this is scary.
The Kermadec Arc is not a recent discovery. European explorers first recorded the islands.
All right.
Beneath the vast expanse of the South Pacific lies a geological time bomb capable of altering life both above and below the waves, the Kermadec Arc. This isolated chain of volcanic islands and submerged peaks located northeast of New Zealand represents one of the most volatile tectonic regions on Earth. Though far from sight, its potential for destruction extends to the major cities of Auckland, Sydney and Brisbane, which lie uncomfortably close to its restless boundaries. The Kermadec Arc is not a recent discovery. European explorers first recorded the islands in 1788, when the British vessel Lady Penrhyn passed by during its Pacific voyage. A few years later, in the 1790s, French navigator Jean-Michel Juan de Kermadec arrived with the d'Entrecasteaux expedition, and the archipelago was later named in his honour. Yet what truly defines this region lies hidden beneath the waves. Stretching from New Zealand to Tonga, the Kermadec Arc traces a fiery path along the Pacific seafloor. It owes its formation to the slow but relentless subduction of the Pacific Plate, which descends beneath the Australian plate at a rate of approximately 6 centimetres per year. This continuous process generates immense pressure and heat, triggering frequent earthquakes and fueling one of the world's most active volcanic systems. The Kermadec Arc forms part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, a vast tectonic belt encircling the Pacific Ocean, known for producing over 90% of global earthquakes.
I have to wonder, is it the same Ring of Fire that Johnny Cash listened to? I went down. I love that song. All right, keep on going. Ignore me.
Along this fiery ring, colossal geological forces collide, crack, and rupture the planet's crust, often with catastrophic consequences for human populations. What distinguishes the Kermadec Arc as particularly hazardous is not only its position within this volatile zone, but the concealed volcanic giants that slumber beneath the waves. Over 30 underwater volcanoes dot the region, an extraordinary concentration that underscores the lurking danger. In recent years, several of these volcanoes have stirred uneasily. The Monowai volcano has exhibited multiple underwater eruptions, its activity monitored by seismic sensors deep below the ocean's surface. The Brothers volcano, known for its highly active hydrothermal caldera, releases superheated fluids and gases into the sea, a vivid reminder of the forces simmering below. Meanwhile, the Macaulay volcano dominates the region as the largest volcanic structure in the area. Should one of these submarine volcanoes erupt with full force, or if the immense pressure within the subduction zone unleashes a megaquake, the consequences could ripple across the globe. A massive earthquake in this region has the potential to trigger devastating tsunamis capable...
I feel now I can never watch that movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen and all of those stars that made an appearance ever again. It's like End of Days. End of Days, people. I'm kidding. All right, let's keep going.
Of reaching coastlines within hours. The nearest cities, such as Auckland and coastal Australia, would face immediate threats, but the impact would not stop there. A significant eruption could inject vast quantities of ash and aerosols into the atmosphere, disrupting weather patterns and potentially influencing global climate for years. If one of the volcanoes within the Kermadec Arc were to erupt, the consequences could be catastrophic on a global scale. Experts like Dr. Cornel de Ronde from GNS Science in New Zealand explain that underwater eruptions don't just release molten rock and gases beneath the waves. Their greatest threat lies in their ability to unleash devastating tsunamis. When a powerful submarine...
Great. I thought, like, living in Australia, we were shielded from all this. And, yeah, seems like we could... Yeah. I don't know. Where do you live? I think I might have to relocate to Nepal. All right, let's keep going.
Eruption occurs, the sudden displacement of water can send colossal waves racing across the ocean, reaching distant coastlines within minutes or hours. The Kermadec Islands sit in the restless Pacific Ocean, meaning that any tsunami generated here could rapidly impact the shores of countless Pacific Rim nations. It's a sobering reminder that these seismic events...
Also, can I tell you that anyone that tells me any of this knowledge in that voice, you had me at hello.
aren't just a threat to the immediate area, they have the potential to ripple across entire continents. While it's easy to assume that only regions close to the epicenter are in danger, history and scientific modeling reveal a far more unsettling reality. A mega-earthquake in the Kermadec Arc, an underwater volcanic chain stretching roughly 1,000 kilometers northeast of New Zealand and 800 kilometers southwest of Tonga, could reverberate across thousands of miles, affecting both nearby and distant shores. Major cities lie alarmingly close to this geological powder keg. Auckland, New Zealand's largest city, just 1,000 kilometers away, could be rocked by violent shaking from a magnitude 9.0 earthquake. Buildings might crumble, power grids could fail, and entire sections of the coastal infrastructure could vanish beneath towering tsunami waves. Even Wellington, the nation's capital, sitting 1,200 kilometres from the Arc, faces significant risks. Landslides, structural damage and coastal flooding.
Well, New Zealand had a significant earthquake. No, how long ago was it now? Was it 10 years ago? I can look it up. Oh no, Wellington, Christchurch. Yeah, it was Christchurch in 2011. I still think they're recovering. So yeah, the fifth deadliest disaster. Scientists classified it as an intraplate earthquake. Yeah, it was pretty serious. Very serious. I mean, any natural disaster is serious. So, bring up an image. Oh. Right. I have to try to share it. I can't download it. But anyway, it was Christchurch. So yeah. Let's go back to how serious earthquakes are. And what I find alarming is that on the same day that we in Brisbane had the earthquake, I think there was one at around the same time in California. And I think somewhere in Asia has just had an earthquake. So I'm not laughing. I'm laughing in a sheer terror. Keep on going.
Would be likely as tsunamis generated in the Kermadec Arc can surge towards New Zealand's shores in as little as an hour, travelling at speeds reaching 800 kilometres per hour. Tonga's capital, Nuku'alofa, located only 800 kilometres from the Kermadec Arc, stands in even greater peril. Within mere minutes, waves potentially reaching heights of 20 metres could obliterate coastal communities, leaving devastation in their wake. Though geographically more distant, Australia is not immune. Approximately 2,500 kilometres from the source, its eastern cities, Sydney and Brisbane, could still be struck by tsunami waves several metres high, causing widespread destruction, particularly along vulnerable beaches. And the threat doesn't stop there. A mega tsunami birthed in the Kermadec region would ripple across the Pacific, reaching the shores of Japan and the Philippines over 8,000 kilometers away, with moderate waves in under 12 hours. The west coast of the United States and Mexico could be facing waves up to 1.5 meters high in approximately 30.
So it does bring back relevance that we are all just an earthquake, a tsunami away from each other, aren't we?
Hours. Even the coastlines of South America could feel the ocean's unrest within 15 hours, though with lesser intensity. Despite its remote location, the Kermadec Arc is an ever-present silent danger lurking beneath the Pacific. Should it unleash its fury, the most catastrophic impacts would inevitably fall upon Tonga and New Zealand, given their proximity. In these regions, landscapes could be permanently reshaped, coastlines redrawn, and communities forever changed. The world has seen the destructive power of earthquakes in this region before, but a disaster of this magnitude could surpass them all. Understanding the full scope of this threat is essential, not just for those living near the Arc, but for everyone connected by the vast restless waters of the Pacific. Throughout history, the Kermadec Islands Arc has been shaped by a series of powerful earthquakes, some well documented in modern records, while others are hidden in the deep layers of the Earth, leaving behind only subtle geological clues. These seismic events serve as constant reminders of the immense forces that lie beneath the Pacific Ocean surface. On April 24, 2023, the region experienced a magnitude 7.3 earthquake that rippled through the ocean depths. With its epicenter located 49 kilometers, 30 miles below the seafloor, this quake sent shockwaves of concern across the Pacific as tsunami warnings echoed through coastal communities. Although the immediate threat was contained, the event highlighted how quickly the ocean can transform from calm to catastrophic. 2 years earlier, on March 5, 2021, the Ark endured one of the most significant seismic episodes in recent memory. It began with a magnitude 7.4 earthquake, soon followed by an even more formidable magnitude 8.1 quake. This powerful sequence triggered tsunami alerts for New Zealand, Hawaii, and other Pacific nations. Though the resulting tsunami was less severe than anticipated, the incident underscored the region's vulnerability and the inevitability of future, possibly more devastating events. Another major quake struck on May 16, 2006, registering a magnitude of 7.6. The tremors reached as far as Christchurch, New Zealand, shaking not only the ground but also the scientific community's awareness of the region's active tectonic nature. Although this earthquake did not unleash a significant tsunami, it added to the mounting evidence that the Kermadec Arc remains a volatile seismic zone. Long before written history, colossal earthquakes likely rocked the region with even greater ferocity. Research led by scientist James Goff, an expert in studying ancient coral and sand deposits, has revealed signs that a mega-earthquake exceeding magnitude the 9th of May have struck between 600 and 1,000 years ago. Such an event would have triggered...
Which should remind us that eventually we are all at the mercy of Mother Nature. Whether it be in life, death, we're all at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Triggered enormous tsunamis capable of reshaping coastlines across the South Pacific. This discovery raises an unsettling but scientifically supported truth. An earthquake of that magnitude could occur again. Its effects would reverberate across the southern hemisphere, potentially impacting millions of lives. Beneath the waves, the true source of danger lies hidden. The Kermadec Islands Arc is not only a fracture in the Earth's crust, but also home to over 30 active underwater volcanoes. These volcanoes are intricately linked to the region's seismic activity. When tectonic plates shift during a powerful earthquake, the stress can awaken these submerged giants. The Monowai volcano stands as a prime example where fluctuations in seismic activity have been closely followed by volcanic eruptions.
Actually, upon seeing that previous clip, I now know where James Cameron got his image of the aliens coming out of the pods. So yeah, it's all from nature.
This volatile relationship between earthquakes and underwater volcanoes illustrates how the Kermadec Arc is both a geological marvel and a looming threat, a reminder of how fragile life can be along the edges of Earth's restless plates. An underwater volcanic eruption can trigger a range of significant and sometimes catastrophic effects. One of the more immediate impacts is the dramatic rise in local ocean temperatures caused by the release of hot lava. This temperature spike can alter the flow of ocean currents, which are vital for distributing heat and nutrients across the globe. Additionally, these eruptions release gases like sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide into the water, acidifying the surrounding environment and placing immense stress on marine ecosystems, particularly species sensitive to pH changes. In some cases, the volcanic activity reshapes the seafloor, forming new seamounts or islands and altering nearby geographic features. While these effects may occur during isolated volcanic events, they can intensify significantly when combined with tectonic activity. Even a typical earthquake can stir activity in nearby submarine volcanoes, amplifying their impact on the marine environment. However, the stakes rise dramatically when considering the possibility of a mega-earthquake. If an earthquake of magnitude 9 or greater were to strike, particularly in tectonically volatile regions such as the Kermadec Arc, a powerful chain reaction could be triggered. This seismic shock could awaken multiple submarine volcanoes simultaneously, leading to widespread eruptions that eject vast quantities of gas, lava, and mineral-rich particles into the surrounding ocean. The ecological consequences would be immediate and severe, potentially devastating marine life across vast regions. The displacement of Earth's crust during such a massive quake could alter the flow of major ocean currents like the Humboldt or equatorial Pacific currents. These currents play a vital role in regulating the planet's climate by transporting heat from equatorial regions toward the poles. Their disruption could unbalance the global distribution of heat and nutrients in the ocean. Simultaneous submarine eruptions would further compound this disruption by injecting enormous amounts of carbon dioxide and sulfur into both the ocean and atmosphere. These emissions could influence atmospheric chemistry and accelerate climate change on a global scale. A sudden increase in ocean temperature in affected regions would also destabilize the ocean's thermodynamic balance. In extreme scenarios, this could temporarily or even permanently alter the cycle of ocean currents, which would have far-reaching effects on weather systems, marine biodiversity, and global food chains. Ocean currents are governed by differences in water temperature and salinity. A major disturbance, such as the combined impact of a mega-earthquake and widespread submarine eruptions, could significantly shift these variables, weakening critical currents like the Gulf Stream. This could disrupt the water cycle, cause mass die-offs of marine species, and intensify extreme weather phenomena such as hurricanes and typhoons. In the case of a catastrophic seismic event in the Kermadec Arc, the effects would not be limited to New Zealand or the South Pacific. The cascading impacts on ocean chemistry, atmospheric conditions, and climate systems would resonate across the globe, potentially transforming weather patterns and ecological stability on every continent. The prospect of another mega-earthquake striking the Kermadec Islands arc is not a question of possibility, but of timing. Positioned at the volatile junction between the Pacific and Australian tectonic plates.
So, wasn't it because was it before the Renaissance era, the Dark Ages, because of a volcanic eruption was it Krakatoa? Yeah. Once again, we're all at the mercy of Mother Nature.
This region has silently accumulated immense geological stress over centuries. When this pent-up energy eventually ruptures, the consequences could be profound, reverberating across oceans and testing the limits of disaster preparedness worldwide. While early warning systems in New Zealand and other Pacific nations provide a vital line of defense, an event of this scale could still overwhelm existing response mechanisms. Within the scientific community, there is no consensus.
I just hope there's no Sharknado events. I really can't take sharks falling from the sky and eating me. So let's keep on going. Achtung danger.
On when such a powerful earthquake will occur. Some researchers argue that it may not happen for thousands of years, while others caution that current data is insufficient to make any definitive forecasts. This uncertainty.
Well, thank God. I doubt I'm going to make 10 years, let alone thousands of years. Be nice though, Matt. But I haven't met an Edward Cullen, unfortunately. Oh no. I should be aiming. He's too young. I should be aiming for the father. What was the father's name? I can't remember. It's been a long time since Twilight. Let's keep on going. Oh, yeah.
Certainty only reinforces the need for continued vigilance and research. The Kermadec Arc remains one of the most seismically and volcanically active regions on Earth. Its dynamic subduction zone, where one tectonic plate dives beneath another, is under constant pressure, an ominous signal that a magnitude 9 or greater earthquake could strike at any time. Such a quake would not only endanger New Zealand and nearby Pacific nations, but could also generate a megatsunami, awaken undersea volcanoes, and disrupt delicate marine ecosystems. The ripple effects could influence global ocean currents, climate systems, and biodiversity. In the face of such a monumental threat, the question persists. Is the world truly prepared for a disaster of this magnitude? Only time and continued scientific inquiry will tell. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of our planet's most powerful and mysterious natural phenomena.
Well, well, well. I'm not prepared. I wasn't prepared as I sat on the loo of all times. Have to pee. An earthquake happened to me. I'm a poet, I didn't know it. So yeah, very interesting. It's been a series of earthquakes. Like I said, I think California had an earthquake around the same time as what happened to us in Brisbane, and I believe there's been another one in the Asia Pacific region. So there you go. I was shocked. We had no casualties. I think at the epicenter, it happened in a place called Kervian, and the antique shop might have lost a few of its, bits and pieces, but no, it wasn't a serious one. Thank God. Thank God. But it's always a wake up, isn't it? It's a wake up to Mother Nature, and we never know what's around the corner. And yeah, that's my little philosophy for today. Hope you all enjoy your day. And, yeah. Now you know a little bit more about earthquakes. I'll see you when. Goodbye, my friends. Oh my God, I'm sounding so cheesy. I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Like Emma Stone. What, Emma? You called at the Oscar. I'm sorry. Okay. Bye. What? Not letting me in. All right.